Coach Annette Wiles and player Shelly Stemper and Courtney Doucette. Coach, we'll just have you lead off with a statement, please, then we'll go to the questions after that.
Well, one, I just want to say what an honor and what a privilege it is to be a participant in a national tournament. And I know our program has a rich tradition and history of being a part of the NCAAs, and I say this with great pride, but I feel as though we represented ourselves to the best of our ability, and feel as though we represented our conference in the utmost of ways. And again, unless you win it all, somebody's going to go home as a loser, and we're certainly unfortunate that it's us, but give Metro great respect for their effort and their team play. They're a very well coached team, and they were definitely the opponent that came out ahead on the scoreboard. So great compliments to them.
Okay. Questions for Coach Wiles, please, or the players?
Coach, in that first half, tough, grinded out type of game. Despite Metro going out to that 14-2 lead, you stayed in it. Really tough to talk about that first half.
Yeah, I suppose some coaches would go to a locker room feeling disappointed that it was a 19-16 game, but that's actually our kind of ball game. We were talking in the locker room that if it was a 50 to 53 point ball game, that probably isn't our kind of game. We've been a team that has really been built around our defensive intensity and trying to keep games low scoring, which I was very proud of our effort. And again, great pride of our players to commit to our systems and being able to execute the defense. Of course, you wish that the offense would come more easily, but you also know you're at one of the highest levels of collegiate athletics in competition. So Metro made it difficult for us to score. I'd like to believe we made it difficult for them, and it was without question a defensive game on both ends of the floor. So as a fan, I'm sure it wasn't a great game to watch and enjoy, but as a coach, it was exactly the kind of game we were certainly hoping for. Close scoring game, low scoring game. We were very confident coming out in the second half, feeling like this was our ball game.
What changed in the second half? As Metro, I think, scored 42 in the second half, and I know Dow, their big number 40, kind of got it going as well.
Well, they hit those first couple of threes, and I think that put us a bit on our heels. And then there's no question that there was a conversation taking place in their locker room at halftime about putting the ball on the floor and making efforts to penetrate. We knew that they were one of the best penetrating teams that we'd seen, and feeling like we were able to contain their penetration in the first half, they started getting some of those easy penetration where they were able to either get quick scores or they were able to get free throws. And again, we made a bit of an adjustment, went to our zone, and felt like we reeled them back in. When it was a 5-point ball game in the second half, we really felt like this was going to be our run. We had two really great offensive possessions. We just didn't come up with any points. So I think had we scored in those situations where we might have been able to take a lead, maybe we would have had an outcome that would have been differently for us. But again, give our players a lot of compliments in terms of their effort and their commitment to our system. It's not fun sometimes to be a team that grinds out defense because you don't get a lot of praise for it, but we're very proud of two of our players being all conference in our defensive teams as Shelly and Emma, and we just feel like we're a team that's very committed to our systems and our program's beliefs.
Coach, very physical ball game. Coach Javi had mentioned that this is the most physical opponent that she has played all season long.
Well, I take that as a compliment because that's one thing that we do try to pride ourselves on, is being a team that is aggressive. We try not to recruit players that are soft, and we want players that are tough and hard-nosed, and we always talk about we want to live up to what the Bulldog actually means, and it's one of the most fierce dogs on the planet, so we really try to be that. We try to embrace the spirit of being a Bulldog out there on the defensive end of things. So we do try to make it difficult where we can for our opponents. It would have been nice to see some of our offense come a little more readily. I think if we could have gotten an offensive run put together with the defense, I think we would have been in a great position. And again, give our players a ton of credit. They continue to keep doing what we asked, and they continue to keep executing. Getting the fouls and getting to the free throw line late in the game was all a part of the strategy, and we just didn't get some free throws to fall. But give our kids credit. They never gave up. They never packed it in. They played their hearts out to the very end.
Coach, you forced 20 turnovers. You won the rebounding battle with a +3, but more importantly in that, you have a +11 on the offensive boards.
Yeah, and I think, we knew going into this game that was one of the areas that Metro prided themselves on, is that they've been a team that has been very physical in the RMAC, and a team that has certainly out-rebounded their opponents all season long. You don't see many teams with a +14 rebounding average at the end of a season, but they're one of them. So it is in our hats. We felt like if we could defend and we could out-rebound, we felt like it was our ball game. And again, I don't think it was probably a very fan favorite game to watch, but it was certainly what two coaches were certainly strategizing and hoping for. So again, we wish Metro well. We congratulate them and tip our hats to them and wish them great success as they move forward into the tournament, because they are without question an extremely solid team and an extremely well coached team. We just feel like, you know, it was a great game that both teams were giving their heart, and our team theme this season has been all in, and I felt like our team was all in every minute of that ball game.
And for both players, talk about coming into a new gym here. Obviously hadn't been able to shoot in this gym as much as you would have liked to, and how long it takes to really make that adjustment as shooters out there.
I mean, a basketball court's a basketball court. Every hoop's 10 feet high. You know, free throw line's 15 feet, 3-point line's 20, whatever feet it is. I mean, a gym's a gym. So you can't. We've played here before. We had more of an advantage over Metro. We play away in the regular season. We see them. We've been down here before. That's not really, I guess I personally don't see it as a thing, because to me, whatever basket's there is what you're going to shoot on and you're going to score. So I don't really take that as a factor. It's about the focus. You got to come in knowing, being confident, and saying, I'm going to put this ball in. It doesn't matter if it's a rim with no net. It doesn't matter if the backboard doesn't have a square net. You're just going to put the ball in the hole. So.
Yeah, I 100% agree with Shelly, even though I feel like we don't shoot well in this gym. In my opinion, I'm not thinking about, wow, I really don't like this rim when I'm shooting the ball. I think it just comes down to focus and wanting to put the ball in. And even if you miss the next shot, you have to think that the next one's going in.
Metro's mindset is that they get you down early, they like to get on top of you and put you away. What was your mindset? You got down early in the ball game, but you didn't panic.
Battle back. That's what we've done all season. When we played Crookston at home, they jumped out to an 8-0 run on us, and we battled back on our home floor. It's what we've always done. It comes with being a defensive-minded team. That's when you really got to dig in, and you got to say, all right, we're going to get a stop here. We're going to focus on one thing first. We're going to get the stop. Once we get possession of the ball, then we're going to focus on really taking charge in the offensive end and trying what to do. And to the girls' credit, they came out and just played their hearts out in defense. I think Metro was held for a good 8 minutes at 11 or 16 or something. They just stopped scoring. And that's just a testament to the defense and how hard everybody dug in to really battle back and get us back into it. I know Kat and Courtney started hitting some shots for us at the end of the half there, so that helped a lot. But it was really about the defense just digging in and saying, all right, that's enough. This is our time.
Yeah, it's all about the stops and the scores. You got to quit looking at the scoreboard and not get down on yourself. And on our team, after that timeout, we knew it was now or the lead was just going to keep getting bigger. So we just had to get stops and focus on execution on the offensive end and bring ourselves back in the game, which we've done many times this year.
Anything else for Coach and the players? Coach, thank you very much. Congratulations.